The news of their son's sudden death hit Naomi's grandparents hard. Grief overwhelmed them, and old suspicions about Naomi's mother resurfaced. They'd always seen her as someone taking advantage of their son's wealth. In the days before the funeral, tension built up. Naomi's mother, already dealing with her husband's death, now faced disapproval and harsh words from his parents. The shared grief turned into a battle of hurtful emotions. The day of the funeral had been scheduled, and all the necessary preparations had been completed. The ceremony was graced by high-ranking personalities from business and politics, making it an exclusive and prestigious event restricted to invited guests. However, despite the elite atmosphere, a deep sense of sorrow permeated the air as a father and husband was laid to rest. During the funeral, the grandparents tried to pretend everything was okay. Behind closed doors, though, their anger towards Naomi's mother became clear. Generous contributions poured in from individuals who were eager to support the widow and her daughter. The funds raised amounted to thousands of dollars, providing substantial financial assistance for the daughter's education. The funeral became a source of considerable financial resources that could sustain them for the rest of their lives. It was somewhat ironic that the sudden loss of her father turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Interestingly, the father's relatives displayed a keen interest in the money and insisted that all the funds collected, including those intended for the widow and her daughter, be handed over to the family head. However, they adamantly refused, recognizing the relatives' self-serving motives. It became evident that their relatives were solely driven by their pursuit of money. Unfortunately, the funeral concluded on a rather disconcerting note, as some of the relatives clandestinely absconded with valuable items and monetary contributions. Their actions marred the otherwise somber occasion, leaving a sense of betrayal and disappointment in their wake. The family gathered for a serious meeting, each person watching the other with doubt. Every look seemed to hide a secret, and every word had a deeper meaning. There was a tense feeling in the air as Naomi's mum sat in the middle of it all. Her late husband's relatives believed she was responsible for his tragic death. They accused her of opportunism and questioned Naomi's legitimacy. The house that used to be a symbol of family unity turned into a battlefield of emotions. There were unresolved issues during the meeting which resulted in court. The courtroom was filled with conflicting stories, as truth and lies clashed. Justice was not fair, as the judge had been influenced by greed. The revelations of the autopsy report added credence to their allegations. Her heart heavy with the weight of an unjust verdict, Naomi's world crumbled before her eyes. The widow together with Naomi were forced to relinquish the sanctuary of her home. She and her daughter embarked on a disheartening journey of displacement and destitution. Once accustomed to a life of opulence, they now found themselves in a dilapidated building which was started by her late husband. If you are really invested in the story, you will be asking questions like, did Naomi's mom actually have a hand in her husband's demise? What did the autopsy report say? Where are the relatives of Naomi's mom in all of these? The plot thickens in the subsequent uploads. Be sure to follow or subscribe to catch all these questions unfold.